What's going on, Mutha Truckers? Welcome to Mutha Trucker News. Email us at muthatruckernews@gmail.com. Had hundreds of yellow drivers saying that they did not get their last paycheck today. And I've been on the phone with numerous drivers, and they're telling me they have been living paycheck to paycheck. For a moment, let's not judge these drivers financially why they're living paycheck to paycheck, but they were looking for this paycheck today and did not come, and they wanted answers. Well, I have some information here that might help you out. This is official paperwork from Yellow themselves. It says, much like we anticipated, the judge approved all of our requests to continue to honor benefits, programs, and payroll in ordinary course. In addition, employees are on a weekly pay schedule and who are normally paid on Thursday will be paid on Friday this week. So 100%, it sounds like tomorrow you guys should be getting paid. Just to make you feel a little bit better about this, it's like the Teamsters put out a very similar memo as well. They said judge issued the order authorizing the company to pay wages due this week. Order was docketed this morning. Company is processing payroll this morning. Employees should be able to view payroll in Oracle later today. Direct deposit funds should be available tomorrow. So everybody that's freaking out right now, that's upset, that's crying, that's living paycheck to paycheck, hopefully praying for you that it is going to be tomorrow. I hope it is, but looks like it'll be tomorrow. So please, we're praying for you, and we hope this does happen. They haven't kept all their promises. So if Yellow and the Teamsters are both saying it's tomorrow, we're hoping tomorrow. So, just wait a little bit more. We have a driver here that he says that he's owed, over $1,700 himself. On average, he's on the higher paying rank. But if you take a driver that's making $1,000, you put it all into a bowl, you average it. I mean, they owe more than $20 million worth of payroll plus to these drivers, so hopefully they get this money soon. Let's get into today's video. First off, I just want to say I do apologize to all the Yellow drivers and company workers that I've been highlighting Yellow truck drivers, but I'm forgetting the janitors, the management, the clerks, the office workers, the mechanics. They are all struggling. And we got a chance to interview Tammy today, and she worked in the office in Holland in Tennessee for the last 18 years, and she's struggling to find a job. For a truck driver, it might be a little bit easier than for her working in the office. So I'll put her email down below. And if you guys know any office opportunities out in the trucking world that might be able to help this nice lady out, definitely email her, because this job and it shutting down has affected so many more people than just truck drivers. So I do apologize for always just highlighting the truck drivers. Yeah, I got a missed call from you today, but by the time I got a missed call from you, I got a message from like 50 drivers saying, Yellow lied to us, Alex. We were supposed to get paid today. And I am pissed. And, we took care of them till the last week that they were closing. And this is how they do us. What's the real update? I mean, is this happening across the nation? What are you hearing?
Well, right across the nation, a lot of guys have reported that they haven't received, their paycheck. Normally it's direct deposit for everybody. It's direct deposit. Even when you look in the contract, it's ACH direct deposit. So it's not like people are collecting checks. Myself and a lot of guys, probably about 50 guys, we normally get our paycheck 2 days earlier through Wells Fargo early pay. So Tuesday, I noticed at 5:30 I didn't get anything, and for the whole year, since Wells Fargo started this program, I've been getting my pay, on time, Tuesday 5:30, and I noticed nothing didn't come in. So I went ahead, jumped into Facebook, because we have a Yellow Teamsters page, and I said, hey, is anybody else, Did anybody else see this where they didn't receive their paycheck, and like guys were just sounding off and say, hey, we didn't see anything, and then some guys were like, okay, let's wait and see if it'll come in on Thursday, because our pay date per our contract is actually, on Thursday. So we waited. Thursday is here. Thursday is almost done. It's what, 4:15 my time, Florida time. We still haven't received anything. No explanation whatsoever. It's just a lot of speculation. What I can say though is that if you read through some of the court documents, basically it's saying that either we'll be getting paid tomorrow or the next pay cycle. The actual verbiage in the court document says next pay cycle, so that would be next week, hopefully. So let's see. But it's really this is just more than a slap in the face, that we don't get any severance pay. Our healthcare was cut off. We're not working, and we can't even receive the money we worked for. This is not money that is for vacation or sick. No, and even vacation and sick, we all deserve to get paid out, because that's time we accumulated. So we should get paid for everything. But it's just a slap in the face, man. We didn't get paid. No health care. Managers that were sent home even before we stopped working, they're getting up to, some are getting up to 6 weeks severance pay, with healthcare and all that, and they're getting paid. They're still getting paid. Working and laid off management, they're getting paid up to this date, because I've spoken to numerous of them, multiple, and they say, hey, we're still getting paid. So it's just a slap in the face. They're not going to come out public, obviously, but they're still getting paid, and they're getting paid to stay home and sit and look for a job.
That's crazy, So is it? Would you say it's safe for me to say that today is payday, and nationwide, Yellow did not pay their pretty much all their drivers their last paycheck?
Correct.
As of now?
It is safe to say that. For I could really speak for the YRC contract, IBT contract. It says, you should be paid on Thursday, direct deposit. So yes, and I believe if not all the contracts are structured the same way, we should all be getting paid today. And a lot of the guys out west that's in the Facebook group, it seems like they all get paid the same time. So,
and they're saying the same thing. They're saying they're not getting paid either.
Same exact thing, brother.
Wow.
Nobody's gonna pay to Sam Nash from Miami that you had on when we was at the Union Hall, and he didn't get paid either. He shared some of the court documents with me that basically is saying, hey, we're probably going to get paid next week, but it's just all speculation, man. We're just speculating this time. The bottom line, we should be getting paid today. That's the bottom line.
100%. How's the job search going for a lot of these drivers? What are you hearing?
Well, when we went to the Union Hall, the union did help us a bit. Basically, they have other business agents that manage other companies such as Cisco, I believe it's called Earmark, the uniform company, a couple other companies. So they'll reach out to us and say, hey, we have such and such positions open, and we could get you in, or we could talk to the manager there and kind of usher through, expedite your credentials through. So they've been getting a couple of guys placed. Also, a company called CMEX in Miami, Broward. So a few guys are getting placed in the jobs here and there. As far as T-Force and ABF, based on what I've heard, they have a hiring freeze right now, so they're not really hiring anyone. But as soon as that becomes available, I could almost guarantee David Schillinger from the local is gonna, get a few guys in here and there. And also for T-Force, they'll get guys in. But we're just been placed all over, or independently, we'll get jobs ourselves. We just got to get out there, man. Keep moving to make this money to feed our family. That's the bottom line.
No, I heard that, brother. Yeah, because I just interviewed a nice lady. Her name was Tammy, and she worked at like a Holland out in Tennessee, and she's an office worker. And she said pretty much all the office worker people are pretty much struggling.
Mhm.
Truck drivers, she's happy that they have a CDL, but she said as far as office workers and mechanics and things like that, she says she did 18 years over there, and no one even really look at her right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I always apologize to the American people too, because I keep this so trucker focused. Sometimes I forget about the mechanics and the office workers and stuff like that too. But yeah, everyone got done a bad deal. You know what I mean? And so we don't have to disclose how much your pay was for that week. But man, when I did the quick math, on average, just say even if everyone was supposed to get paid $1,000 for the week, that's $22 million.
It's a lot of money, brother. That's a lot of money, and I would say on average for the lower bottom guys that are at the lower end of the pay scale, they probably take home, or gross, I should say, probably $1,100, and then that'll get chopped down a bit based on your circumstances, tax, and all that. But
Yeah,
for a guy that's at the top scale, like me, I normally do around 55 hours per week, 56 hours per week, and that will be in the neighborhood of 16 to 1700 per week. If it goes up, then of course my pay goes up. But on average, that's what I would take home, or I'm sorry, that's what I would gross, around 16, 1700,
right.
and then taxes and everything, you'll take home about 1400 thereabout. So that's basically what I'm out of right now. Because on our on the website called Oracle, we're able to go on there and pull our pay stub. So it shows you how much you're gonna get paid, and it shows you the pay date, which is today, but it hasn't been paid out, brother. So
I
you
got
know,
you.
I know I have a little bit of knowledge. I've done a bit of reading on the bankruptcy proceedings. Normally, the way it works, if the company has to pay out anybody at all, it has to be approved by the bankruptcy court. And I received, as I said earlier, I received some literature from my good friend there, and Stewart Road Stewart in Miami, Sam, and it basically said, hey, they approved it. So either we're going to get it the next pay cycle, or we should have gotten it today or tomorrow. So it's just a lot of speculation and just
Yeah, it,
that's it, man. It's
it's
tough.
crazy, man. It's crazy. And I read something, on some articles saying that now they're looking at other banks for bankruptcy, a better bankruptcy deal. So they haven't even went through it yet. They're not even
Correct.
going through the process yet. That's what I got an article about that like yesterday. So
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw basically Estes was in line. They were, I guess they were going to give them 200 million to wrap up within, I think it said, uh, 60 to 90 days. And then Apollo was saying, hey, we want to get it done in 90 days. And, so it was just different entities. And also that hedge fund, they wanted to give them some money to just wrap it all up and liquidate.
mm,
So honestly, man, to be honest, we are worth we are worth more dead than alive, and it's pretty sad. Even when you look at the stocks, it skyrocketed up to $5, and then it's sad strong for a whole week. So it was like a day trader paradise, man. That's what it was, really. But
yeah,
it's sad. Even though I smile and I laugh, it's really sad because a lot of guys that were so comfortable, getting up, going to work, getting the job done, now that's been pulled away. For me, I have a little bit of youth on my side, so I could get out there and just get going. But we have to think about the guys that's been 20, 30 years that have injuries. We have so many guys like that at my barn there in Point Beach. Tim Bannon, Greg Westry, a lot of those guys that's been there for so long with injuries that they got on the job. So it's a bit tougher for them, but they're all coping with it, and we're all pushing forward, man, and trying to trying to get jobs and get going.
No, I hear you. So, Yellow, if you are watching this video, pay my man and the other 22,000 drivers that, busted their butt for the last week at Yellow for y'all, and get that done. You know what I mean? Because
Most
that's
definitely.
crazy. That's crazy, man. No, I appreciate you always for being on the show. A lot of people are like, man, Alex is covering Yellow like crazy. I go, look, as long as people want to know about this, we will cover it because it affects lives, and more importantly, it affects trucker lives, and that's what this is all about. So, yeah, no, I appreciate you for jumping on the show, bro.
I appreciate you, man. You know what? You said it earlier. Hey, it's not just the truckers; it's the mechanics, the clerks, everybody, because it's just like a chain, man. Every link matters because you know the dock guys, the people in the office, the mechanics, even the people that clean the building, bro. They matter. So many people has been affected by this, business going out. Down to the guy, the vending machine guy. He had to come and pick up his vending machine. You know, everybody at every level, bro. We've been affected, and it's just crazy. It's like I'm not shocked, but I'm shocked, bro. It's like I expect anything, and I've always told people, hey, you can't just rely on one source of income. You have to diversify yourself. But it's a tough pill to swallow, bro. It's a tough pill to swallow, honestly.
It's a lot, and let me know too, like if there's any I don't even know if, I don't care if I'm working with Yellow themselves or the Teamsters. It don't matter to me. But if some of them let me in on some job opportunities for all the truckers that I could let people know on the show, you know what I'm saying?
Most
Then
definitely.
I would love to be able to do that so that people could use it as a resource.
Most
One thing I've always prided myself in is I ain't a damn recruiter. Hey, people got their hustle, but if there's a job out there that can help them, you know what I mean? And we
definitely.
could put that out there, then I would love to do that. So I don't know what people would be the right people. I know the Yellow said they're working with the American Truck Association, but I don't know. They might just send them to everybody, to all their companies. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Schneiders
they,
and Warners and stuff.
they released they released that memo, which honestly, I want to say this. Um, I just want to clarify this because even now I hear a lot of employees and people, they say the union did not want Yellow to modernize themselves. That is a lie. Phase one went through without any hiccups or pushback from the union, okay? Because there was language written in their contract,
Mm,
that would not violate them. And that's what the union is there for. The union is here to advise us, guide us. It's basically a lawyer for us to get us the best deal possible. And that's what they're doing. There was no hiccups on the union side, but there was a lot of hiccups based on the logistics and the operation from Yellow side. They basically changed their phase one model 2 or 3 times based on my
mm.
knowledge, because it wasn't working the way they initially planned it. They changed it and changed it again. So they went through, okay, it's a boat floating downstream, and now boom, phase two, which based on what they said to me, it's 80% of their operation, which that's majority that you need to get in line and integrate it. And the union just said, hey, open the contract, make it whole. That's all you got to do. It's all you got to do.
Mm,
But this is my theory, Alex. Honestly,
mm,
I said to a driver this morning, I said, hey, Yellow had their minds made up months ago. I went to Jacksonville probably about 4 weeks ago, and they had about 10, I kid you not, 10 new tractors that was sitting at the shop that for simple things like injectors and stuff like that, and they were not repairing the trucks. At my terminal in Boynton Beach, they had one truck that was the same issue, injectors. It was I believe it was 2017. Cascadia day cab, a fairly new cab, a fairly new truck, and they started to strip that truck, bro. They took off the fifth
What?
wheel, you know, they put the fifth wheel in another truck, and they were just scrapping that truck, and other trucks they were just scrapping them instead of fixing them. A buddy of mine, alternate steward Keith Jones, he has a Mac, fairly new Mac. I think it was a 2019 that came from New Penn, and it had one broken spring blade, and they did not fix that truck, bro. So, you know, it's pretty ridiculous. And just to let you know, a local vendor, was repairing one of our tractors. I just got word earlier this week. They repaired their tractor and brought it back to turn in, and the credit card, was declined from Yellow.
No.
And the vendor just took the truck and said, "Hey, I'm not giving you the truck." They took the truck, brought it back to their yard, and that was that. So, I believe that they knew from, far out that the ship was going down, and they weren't doing much to correct it, bro. Honestly, they weren't.
Damn.
They weren't.
Man, I am so wanting to get an exec from Yellow on the show, but none of them will talk to me, bro.
They won't. They won't, bro. They won't do that. Honestly, it's sad, but they won't do that because think about it. If I think you have that memo they send out to their management. Basically,
Yeah.
if you're 9 years or less, I believe you get 4 weeks or 3 weeks. I know if you're 10 years or more, you get 6 weeks. And if you're at a higher level, you get up to 13 weeks, bro. 13 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's ridiculous. It shows how warped and lopsided, their thought process is. Why would a president that's already a millionaire, why would he need 13 weeks severance pay? But the lower you go, you're getting nothing, because the union employees are getting nothing. No severance pay, no health care, nothing whatsoever. Nothing.
Man, 13 weeks, man. Just dang, right? 13
And,
weeks.
and on top of it, we're getting no severance pay, but the pay we actually worked for, we can't get that.
So, man, so you get none of that. Vacation, you pretty much saying goodbye to that. You didn't use it, and or you supposed to get paid for that?
The vacation, based on the court filing, it says there that I guess once the assets are liquidated, then they would pay it. But then again, I didn't see where it says it would be paid in full. Because think about it. I don't think, I don't want to think, but based on memory, it didn't say we were like, priority for them to pay out. Like you have the hedge fund, the government, all those people are priority to get paid out, 1, 2, 3. I don't know where we fall, but bankruptcy is paying pennies on the dollar. And I think I heard on your program or somebody else's program that even Flying J is going to be impacted by this, where guys are getting fuel because, they're one of those people that were giving us credit, and they're not even going to get paid. They're not even on that top 5 list, bro. It's just like Yellow is saying, you're not going to get paid, pretty much.
Man, so it's one of those things where if I were to, now, again, we don't want to speculate, but if I were to think about your last paycheck, they would put you on the bottom of that list, bro.
Well,
like, you know what I mean? And that's so messed up that they would, you know what I mean? Like,
it is.
Like if they ain't paying their creditors, the banks back, and then so they better pay y'all. Is all I gotta say.
What I can say is, keep it 100 with you, bro. I don't think they would want to try that because we have the IBT behind us, and if they want to play that game, the IBT is there, and I know there's a lot of class action suits going around. So they want to play that game, then they will be met with with legal force, both by the IBT or from the IBT, and also from us with class action suits. So I don't think they will play that game. And based on, again, the literature that I got from Sam, it said that we will be paid. So it's just a matter of when. That's just the bottom line. But we shouldn't have to wait.
Yeah, now when needed. Hurry up, yellow. Hurry
Most
the heck
definitely.
up on this when, you know what I mean? And so no, I appreciate you on this show. You know, it's I'm gonna update the American people, let them know that pretty much, you know, I could say that all y'all are really upset that today's payday.
Pissed off.
They did not pay y'all.
Pissed
So
off, man. One of the drivers that work with me, Tom Guido, he's hella pissed, man. He's been texting me all day, pissed off. You know, a lot of the guys, Mike Worrell, a lot of guys from my terminal, they're pissed off. But this is what it is, man. You know, this is what it is. It's sad, but this is a reality. We just have to deal with it as men and women, Teamsters, you know, and just try to move on. I have something right now scheduled for next week. A job that is, you know, that is with that is with the Teamsters. You know, not Teamsters itself, but it's a company that is unionized by the Teamsters. So, you
okay.
know, I'm just hoping it goes well and I could get a new start, new fresh start, and just keep on moving, man. That's the bottom line.
Hell yeah, no, I appreciate you. No, thanks Eddie for being on the show. I'll let the American people know as far as now goes. Y'all upset and you didn't get paid. Where's our money? You know,
Money,
we'll
baby.
leave it. We'll leave it that simple, right? So.
And on top of that, you know, on top of that, they said we would receive termination and layoff letters. I haven't received that yet, but I know I've seen a few drivers trickling in just yesterday saying, "Hey, we've gotten a letter." Driver from my terminal, he posted this morning on our group chat that he got his letter. I didn't get my letter yet, so um, I'm still stuck, bro. But call Empower because again, I know a lot of people report and say, "Hey, we didn't have a 401k. We did have a 401k, but it was done through the union. It's called a Teamsters 401k balance plan. So even that, when I called Empower, formerly what was the company name before? Prudential. I called them and they said, "Hey, we can't release any money to you. We can't even roll it over. You have to wait until the last week in August, first week in September, because
Mhm.
on their file, it's saying you're still an active employee. You were not terminated." And I was told this Tuesday. So, you know, they
It's
have us
crazy,
stuck,
man.
bro. It's crazy.
It is crazy, man. But
It is.
I tell you, man, I'm praying that that new job goes well for you, and you know
Thank
what
you.
I mean. And I'll be talking to you. I mean,
Most
because
definitely, bro.
there's always something going on right now. It's
Always
I tell
something.
you what, there's something going
Always
on right
something.
now every day. So I appreciate you so much, and you know, thank you for being on the show, and
Alex,
I'll let the American people know, and hopefully they pay you soon. So talk to you later, brother.
we appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for shedding a light on what's going on, you know, giving me the voice and other drivers a voice to voice, you know, our concerns. Thank you. I really appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
No, likewise. At the end of the day, uh, let's tell people we don't have to give them your social security card number or anything like that, but let's tell people maybe this will kind of be like an open application right here. So tell them your experience, what you're good at, and where locally you'd like to work, and maybe someone will see this. A trucking company might see this and uh, you know, email you a job or something.
Oh, that would be awesome. I need it. I was working in the office, processing bills. When the city drivers would come in, I would get their bill of ladings, bill them, get the travel copies that we would print out, send it out to the dock so the guys can start breaking the freight off of these city trailers, get them moving so we can get them out of the terminal at night so they can get to their terminals. Um, I looked for pros, tracking numbers that may have fallen off of the freight. All I had to go by was a shipping label. I had to, find research to be sure that is the freight, that is moving, get the pro and get it moving. Um,
Hmm.
the last year or so, I actually did get to go work in the dock shack down in the on the dock, with all the guys. And they would just, come up to me with any type of questions on the freight moved, just move it out, get it out of the terminal, get it to where it needs to be going. I helped the supervisor that was also in there. Sometimes I would be in there by myself and the drivers would come in wanting to know what door to pull their trailer in so we can drop it, so we can get that freight off of that trailer. But yeah, 18 years of experience in office clerical. It's it's just, so unreal.
No, I understand. And where close by would you be willing to work? Maybe a company will hear this.
I'm actually, if I say my town, everybody is like, oh, I don't know where that is, but I'm in more like Goulitsville or White House, Tennessee. Holland was in Goulitsville, Tennessee.
Okay.
I really don't want to go into Nashville because I don't like traffic.
I understand. I understand. And so,
But
I thought this was it was great to, talk to you for a little bit, Tammy, too, because,
yeah,
a lot of times people just think that, the drivers are the only ones that are suffering here. It's the management, it's the,
yeah,
the office team, and it's the mechanics that work there. A lot of
right,
people, right? And how many
right.
people in the office, do you know the number of how many people, employees were there that worked in the office for all of Yellow?
Just in the office at Holland, we had, I believe it was 16 or 17, just in
Yeah.
our terminal there.
And
I never,
multiply that by every single terminal, and you're talking about a whole bunch of people.
yeah, yeah, I never went over to the yellow terminal because that's way on the other side of town. So I never did visit over there or how they operated over there. Some of our guys did get to go over there and work when they got laid off, at
I
times.
heard that.
But
So is there an email? Is there
but
an
it
email that I could put down? Anything? Can you text me an
yes.
email? Message me an email, and then I'll put it down. Maybe someone out there that has a trucking company might need some help.
Yeah, because you can get online and pull up trucking companies, but there's no office jobs. It's all CDLs. There's really not a position in the trucking company that has a position unless they're naming it something else besides an office administrator.
Mm.
So that's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, I it's been a rough year, and I'm hoping and praying that something better and bigger will come out of this, honestly
Oh
and
yeah,
truly. And
yeah.
you were talking about the guys with their paychecks. Um, I had 45 hours left, and I read something earlier on Facebook that says that we will probably not get that until everything is gone through the court systems, all the assets are sold. So we may not even get it.
That's so crazy. And everybody, and that I talk to, the truckers, the management, a lot of people, everyone's, the check was supposed to be today. Y'all
Yeah,
need that check today. So
right.
it's just one of those things where, it's tough. So no, I appreciate you, Tammy. No, thank you. And I wish the best for you. And, I just
Thank
want
you.
the trucking community and the American people to know that,
Yeah,
it's more than just the truckers too. It's everybody, the mechanics and the office workers, the managers, supervisors, and just
right.
everybody kind of got a bad deal.
We did. We really, really did. You never think anything like this is going to happen, with
Mm,
a big company like this, and then it did. So it's
I
like
heard that.
you're not safe and secure anywhere, wherever you go. So, but I'm hanging in there the best I can, and hope that something will come out of this.
Yeah. No, wishing the best for you. Thanks for jumping on real quick. And,
No,
we're happy to share your story.
okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
No, no problem. Bye.
Peace.